What is going on, Jerron Mob? It's your Don Jerron Mob back at it again with another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the top 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. Today's episode, I'm actually gonna need your guys' help. The number 3 as well as the runner-up, the number 2 spot. Now, they're the same sneaker, but they're in different colorways, and I really couldn't decide which colorway was better than the other. So we got ourselves a good old-fashioned sneaker battle. I leave it entirely up to you guys. You guys are gonna decide which sneaker deserves the number 3 as well as the number 2 spot. I know you guys are excited about that, so let's get straight into the intro and talk about these kicks. Starting off the list at number 10, we have Luka Doncic with the Jordan Zoom Separate. It's only a matter of time before we get ourselves a Luka Doncic signature silhouette, but for now, he's rocking the Zoom Separate from Jordan Brand, which is kind of unofficially his own signature sneaker, kind of like how the Hyper Dunks were unofficially a Blake Griffin shoe. This colorway uses a very interesting graphic on the upper, which is paired with some pastel colors, as well as a cobalt blue for a really unique look. But obviously the standout feature here is that graphic, which give off some real 90s vibes. And if you haven't seen Luka's signature logo yet, you can take a peek at it right there on the heel cup. By the way, let me know what you guys think about that signature logo. I actually think it's pretty clean, even though it uses the overdone formula of integrating the player's initials with their number as well. But at least this time, Jordan Brand did it clean, but let me know what you guys think. But seriously, if any shoe designers or aspiring shoe designers are watching this video right now, this is a formula that I think we've all had enough of. Next up at number 9, we have LeBron James with a new colorway of the LeBron 8. Lately, Nike and LeBron have been going absolutely ham with new colorways of the nearly 12-year-old silhouette. But this time, Nike takes a page out of the Jordan Brand book with a Space Jam inspired colorway. Using a black and orange color scheme, which is accented perfectly with a white midsole, you can see the Space Jam inspiration on this colorway with a Bugs Bunny Dunkman logo on the back heel, while the upper is dressed with graphics that are inspired by the movie, as well as what I think is a glow-in-the-dark outsole. Overall, it's a pretty solid colorway, nothing too special, but I never did get your guys' thoughts on this new Space Jam movie. Like, I'm a stan for the original Space Jam. I legitimately think it's a good movie, but this new one, I don't know, guys. It was pretty cringe. Next up at number 8, we have Aaron Gordon with a new silhouette from 361 Degrees. So Aaron Gordon actually has his own signature sneaker with Chinese sportswear brand 361 Degrees, but these ain't it. But whatever these are, they're pretty crazy. According to my research, these are simply called the Lavas, and they feature a bubbling midsole, which looks like someone took a Boost midsole and popped it in the microwave, as well as a nice red, black, and white color scheme, which you guys know I'm absolutely a fan of. But overall, this silhouette is definitely interesting with a lot of textures and depth, with the swirly lava-like pattern on the upper, as well as a 3D sculpted heel cup. Would be interesting to know how these feel on the court performance-wise. That midsole does look very intriguing, but for now, the silhouette's performance is just as mysterious as it is visually unique, and that's why they land at number 8 on this week's list. But seriously, I mean, like, who comes up with these names? The 361 Degree Lavas. What? Next up at number 7, we got Jordan Poole with the Nike Kobe 11 Elite. The Kobe 11 Elite is one of my favorite Kobe sneakers of all time. But if you want to know what my favorite Kobe of all time is, make sure you check out my best Kobe's ever video. But for now, let's just talk about Jordan Poole's 11s. Unless I'm missing something here, these have to be a pair of Nike IDs, because while the 11s did drop in a very similar black and orange colorway, they weren't the elite versions. That colorway was actually the engineered mesh version, and what we see Jordan Poole rocking here is most definitely the elite with that fly knit upper. However, it seems that Jordan Brand did a lace swap with a pair of white and blue speckled laces, which might not be the perfect lace swap, but I appreciate the effort to create a unique combination. Now, the only reason why I hesitate to really call these a Nike ID is because I actually own a pair of 11 IDs, and the fly knit on that does not look like what Jordan Poole is rocking here. This fly knit is way nicer than mine, but I don't know, maybe he got these at some basketball camp or something like that. It's like an exclusive colorway. Whatever these are absolutely crazy. And also, did you see that crossover, guys? Sheesh. Coming in at number 8, we have Ben McLemore with the Nike Kobe 8. Now, these definitely are a pair of Nike IDs. During the 8's run on Nike ID, there was a graffiti option for the upper, which McLemore showcases here in a classic black and yellow colorway. But the choices McLemore made here, such as the black outsole, yellow laces, as well as speckling on the midsole, just makes for an overall really solid colorway that could easily be mistaken for a legit retail release. That's how clean they are. But it's just great to see the Kobe 8s back on the court, especially in a colorway that you just can't cop on StockX. Like, these truly are a gem from the past, and what hurts the most is that we'll probably never see another colorway with this type of graphic ever again. So McLemore just had to stunt on us and make everyone else feel bad. Next up at number 6, we have Anthony Davis with the Nike Kobe 6 Pro Tro. Yep, you guys heard that right. That is 3 Kobe Bryant sneakers in a row, but I promise you guys, these are the last ones on the list. AD rocks this green and I think blue colorway, which has no neutral tones at all, but that's okay since these go with a more vibrant look that really pop off of the hardwood, but still straddle the line with a very Grinch-like color scheme, which on the 6s looks absolutely killer. I am still interested to see how Nike will be handling the Kobe signature line moving forward, since the Kobe estate has moved on from the swoosh, and it just makes it that much harder seeing the players get new colorways, but really nothing for the fans. It just seems to be an imbalance there, but I know I sound like a hater and a complainer now, so all I could do is stew at home and pray for the best. Next up at number 4, we have Montrezl Harrell with a new colorway of the Trez 1. Earlier this season, Montrez unveiled his first ever signature sneaker under the Sia Collective brand, and this week he comes back with an incredible new colorway that horror fans are gonna be all over. Now, we have seen Freddy Krueger customs on NBA kicks before, but this colorway might just take the crown as the best one we've ever seen, with perfect color theory that matches the skin graphic on the upper, which of course is paired with the iconic striped sweatshirt design. What I love most about this colorway is the use of multiple materials, such as that nice nubuck shroud in brown, as well as the deep teal translucent outsole, which is paired with that neutral colored midsole. I mean, damn, Devlin Carter, the founder and owner of Sia Collective, went absolutely in on these, and that's way more than enough to earn a top 5 spot on this week's list. But seriously, guys, I have a confession. I do not like horror movies at all. Everyone thinks I'm scared of them. It's not really that I'm scared of them. I'm actually scared of more like realistic, scary things like serial killers, kidnappers, things like that. But horror movies, I don't know. The characters in them are so dumb. They keep getting put in stupid situations, and it drives me nuts. Next up at number 3 and number 2, we have the Converse All-Star BB Shift. Okay, so this is the sneaker battle that I was talking about at the top of the episode. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rocks 2 colorways of the rumored BB Shift silhouette from Converse. And while both colorways are fire, like I said, I really couldn't pick one over the other. On one hand, you have a multicolored bandana colorway which really stands out, but is rounded out with white laces, a white midsole, as well as black branding. And on the other hand, you have something that you'd think Kelly Oubre would rock with a Hornets-inspired colorway that features a Japanese wave graphic on the midsole, which is subtle, but to me, makes for an extremely clean colorway. And if you look closely, this colorway is a two-tone one, with the left pair having a teal outsole, while the right pair has a purple one. Personally, I'm actually leaning towards the bandana colorway since it is something that we really haven't seen before, but I am a sucker for Japanese art styles, so this is a very tough pick. But if Converse is gonna drop dope colorways like these, they're gonna have the attention of hoopers around the world, especially if they drop stuff like this at retail. So fingers crossed, because I love to see Converse make waves in the on-court community. But notice that I called Kelly Oubre by his real name because I have a really hard time calling another man this word. I just won't do it. Finally, at number 1, we have LaMelo Ball with the Puma MB01. Now, Puma absolutely killed it this week by announcing 3 new colorways of LaMelo Ball's first signature sneaker, but these Rick and Morty inspired ones are hands down the best out of the 3. Using a two-tone colorway with a lime green color scheme on the left, while the right takes on a bright red color scheme, this colorway could easily be mistaken as a Grinch-inspired one, but these are actually inspired by the show Rick and Morty. Now, I actually haven't watched Rick and Morty myself, so I really couldn't tell you how this colorway ties into the show. But what I do know is that Rick and Morty has a really loyal fan base, so I'm sure fans of the show will be absolutely stoked to see these. But as someone who hasn't watched the show, I just think that this is the best MB01 colorway that we've seen so far. So just as a standalone sneaker, these are fire in my book. And that's why I put them at the number 1 spot as the best sneaker worn in the NBA during week 9 of the 2021-22 season. There you guys have it. Those were the 10 best sneakers that I saw from last week. Let me know which pair is your favorite in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more sneaker related content just like this, as well as more episodes of NBA Kicks. My name's Darren. It's been great having you. I'll catch you guys in next week's episode. Peace.